so what I would change would be Ubuntu. I feel like as a country, Ubuntu is slowly lacking in our country. So that is what I would change, like, so that we live in a world whereby we can, like, ask from Makelo Anugutia, no, you're my mother and everything, because we live in a world where it's cruel. Ugogo could be the same person who robs you. So that is the main thing that I change in our society.
Sanbonani, hello everybody. It is the one and the only Amahle Songo, and I'm obviously part of your co-host for the KJ Real Talk. And today we'll be tackling all issues Sisterhood Conversations. Ladies, let's take it over.
Hi everybody, I am Simpiwe Ngogwani, your Miss Phosphorus Exclusive 2023 and one of the directors for the Mr. and Miss Phosphorus Exclusive pageant.
Sanwanan Dumalan, good day. I am Uluyanda Ufuyokazi Wakafundama and I am the Miss Boxburg 2024, and I'm here today to talk all sisterhood, and I'm so excited to be here today.
We're pleased to have you too.
Hi guys, I am Molatelo Makoti, your Miss Teen Queen for Villa Lisa.
Nice to meet you all, ladies. Are you guys excited?
Yeah. Excited with a bit of nerves here and there.
They always kick in, I get it. I mean, we all used to pageants. I mean, when you get onto that stage, it's all nerves, you know? So, okay, let me just ask an icebreaker question so we all can chill down. If you could change anything in the world, what would it be and why?
If I could change anything in the world, it would definitely, the whole issue with girls having to pay for pads and condoms being given out free, because I mean, menstruation is not a choice and it's what every girl goes through, and some people are not privileged like that to have pads and sanitary things given to them. So I think I could change that, just for every girl to be secure in that department, to know that what, I am sorted when it comes to this. So it's just for me that I would change that.
Okay, so what I would change would be Ubuntu. I feel like as a country, Ubuntu is slowly lacking in our country. So that is what I would change, like, so that we live in a world whereby we can, like, ask from Makelo Anugutia, no, you're my mother and everything, because we live in a world where it's cruel. Ugogo could be the same person who robs you. So that is the main thing that I change in our society.
Okay, I'll get back to you. I have a question. Okay,
I think what I'll change is, when we deal with politics, it's usually the old people. Like, there need to be an age where, okay, you need to, the retirement age.
Yeah, the youth.
Yeah, true. And allow the youth to take over.
True, absolutely true. So you spoke about Ubuntu, right? So what makes you feel like there's Ubuntu lacking in our society?
So basically, I feel like in the olden days, it would be that, okay, it takes a village to raise a child, umamako, umamami in the same neighborhood. But we've come to an age whereby also there is a lack of respect. For example, with us, we live in a society whereby people our age do as they please wherever they are. Like if you're not my mother, like they do as they please. We're that generation whereby like that's a trend. So I mean, that's how it is. And abantu abadala, we live in a world now where we can't trust abantu abadala. My cousin, for example, has been conned before by umuntu omdala, a person you would expect to be umuntu like who's gonna exactly, and that's not how it is today. To the smallest things, to greeting, like sanbonani, because I mean we're united, sabantu abamnyama, like we're all one. But we live in a world right now, like when I greet someone, they actually be like, do you need directions? Are you looking for something? And it's just that, no, like that's just respect. Ubuntu, it's just like sanbonani.
Yeah, that is a very strong message. I just wanted for you to elaborate more on that. So Mlatelo, your personal motto is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Can you share how your faith has shaped your journey and helped you overcome your challenges?
Okay, when I go back, I was once a Miss Boxback finalist.
Yes.
And I was like, I forgot about God. I like placed my pageant, like it took over. And then on the pageant day, I got all nervous. I was like, it was a mess. I didn't perform very well. I lost and I was so depressed. I was just alone. I just felt like maybe God is punishing me because I forgot about him, something like that. But in my Miss Village, said I placed him first. And I came back.
Period. And that's God for you, man. That's God for you. So, for me, I was also, guys, last year I was also a Miss Boxback. You know that, most.
Yes.
You know that. So I was a finalist for Miss Boxback last year, and I can really relate on the forgetting about God part, because when I started Miss Boxback, I really thought about all the glitz and the glamour. I was like, I am going to be walking in heels, what? In that dress, on that stage, come on. So at that time, I didn't believe in God. I was like, if you can't see it, it's not there. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know how I developed this trust, and I started kneeling down. So there's this specific day where I started self-sabotaging myself when I saw other contestants. I'm like, yo, people here are serious about what they're doing. Like, they're really passionate. And what am I here for? You get what I'm saying? So I started questioning myself a lot. But this was the time I kneeled down and I prayed for the first time. I prayed to God, you know. And for some reason, I there was a burden that just weighed off me. You know what I'm saying? And I started really getting into pageantry, knowing what I'm getting in there for. So when you speak about like you lost Christ, you know, you started worshipping the idol, basically worshipping pageants, you know what I'm saying? Not realizing that actually God is behind all of that, you know. So that quote is really
it can be very clouded when you're in a pageant, because you know, especially on the finale, like that's when everything just comes booming in. It's overwhelming. You're seeing everyone is dolled up, and then you start questioning yourself. But
what am I here for? Like,
but if it is for you, it will be for you. Like, it's already yours.
That's true. So you're a content creator, right? Really? How has that journey been for you? Like, how did you start, and what inspired you?
With being a content creator, nothing in particular really inspired me to get into it. And I recently started the whole content creation thing. So with me, it was always just wanting to be, you know, I don't know. I felt like it's so free. It's when for me, it's when I could get to be myself. Like, you know, I just fell in love with the whole idea of, okay, I am filming this, I'm showing people this and that, you know. I love that. And then, man, I decided to give it a go after, I don't know, years, because I've been wanting to do it since high school, but I was doubting myself, like, people are gonna say this and that, you know. And now that I'm finally like loving myself and I'm starting to romanticize my life, it's like, I don't really care. We all have to start somewhere, and this is where I'm starting now, and I'm just enjoying it, honestly, flourishing.
So with me, with content creation, so I also want to be a content creator, right? But I am very scared too. Like, I'm scared of, okay, if I film this, are people gonna like it? You know, because it's also not even about you being comfortable. It's about people actually engaging in exactly. You know, you have to know your aesthetic. You have to know, okay, this is what I have to film. How do I film it? You know. So I'm also having that fear. What advice do you have for me?
Okay, to anybody who has fear, like, if you are scared, honestly, I feel like people will always just talk. They will always just criticize, they will always look for something wrong in what you're doing. Just improve your craft in the long way. It won't be perfect when you start, you know, it will always be that perfect, but just improve, honestly. Like, the fear, don't let the fear take over, man. Oh, my girlie's up in there. Really.
I'd like to just add on this I mean, you always start somewhere. You can't expect like that if you start something, you'll start at like a very high. I mean, some people are fortunate enough to start on the high, but you'll start somewhere and you'll make those mistakes. And essentially, as she said, like, you improve.
And I feel like what the problem with me is I'm a perfectionist.
Same.
You know, when I take the content, I first look at it, I'm like, will people like what I'm doing? Like, do I like what I'm seeing right now? I'm a perfectionist, and it's.
But if you like what you see, I don't really think it matters to other people.
Right?
Like, if I do this and I'm like, you are doing it, girl. It's like, I don't care. Okay, if you feel like there's a problem, deal with it. Honestly.
Love that. So you started pageantry 2020,
That's
right?
correct. That's correct.
So what sparked your interest in pageantry, and what motivated you to compete in the first local pageant in 2020?
Okay, so basically, my introduction to pageantry wasn't all me. I really never really had a dream to be a pageant girl, but because of how I look, my parents, like just walking down the streets, it'd be like, oh, Miss South Africa, Miss South Africa, everywhere. So it's just like, I only live once, so let's just try this out, and that is how. So that is how I was introduced to pageantry, and what motivated me to just go through this is where I saw that actually it's not about the walking only and just looking pretty. It's actually a platform that will improve me as a person, how I speak, and it's also for the positive impact. So that is what like keeps me going.
That's good. That's good. I mean, you're Miss Boxburg Queen. I mean, come on.
I'm a better person, yes.
Exactly. So they did see a Miss South Africa in you, and we believe in you too. Like, we want to see it, Miss South Africa. What do you mean? So, how do you think pageantry has helped you grow as a person? What skills or lessons have you learned along the way?
As you see me, I'm a very shy person. I'm able to express myself on stage.
Okay.
Pageantry just helps me to be able to socialize with people.
Yeah. But you don't socialize. I've been with you in pageant. This one is quiet, guys. I'm telling you. Like, she's that one girl in the corner that you always ask, "What's wrong? Are you okay?"
Are you fine?
Yes, she's those type of girls.
Did we do something to you?
Exactly. I'm shy. When she says I'm shy, she means it. Like, she probably has that one friend, probably that she knows from back then, that she has to meet in pageantry for her to get comfortable.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, you're so quiet. And with me, I'm yo.
See my sister.
Yeah. Okay, but so how has that journey of pageantry, since you're a very shy person, like, I mean, you didn't just wake up and be like, okay, I'm on stage now, let me just express myself. I mean, when you're on stage, you have that mic and there's a whole lot of people watching you. How did you overcome that fear?
I look at my family. They calm me down. Yeah. I just look at my family and I feel relieved. And I believe in myself.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Just like she wanted to bring her mom, right?
Exactly.
To calm you down. So I get that.
Yeah, like that's when
With me, when I look at my parents, it's like, yo, Amahle, do your best. Do your best now. Otherwise, when you get home.
I feel like for me, my mother is like that calm space for me. Like, she's the person I speak to.
Okay, but do you feel like a certain pressure to like be like perfect or do extremely good because you feel like, oh my word, if I don't do well,
she doesn't shout at me. Like, she just helps me to perform at my level best. She shows me that you can do anything. You are capable of believing in yourself. Because I feel like when I get on the stage and she's not there, it's like, okay, what am I? Let me just do this and go out. But when I see her, it's like, okay, I'm actually go harder. You know what I'm saying? But it's for me, it's good. I take it as good motivation to keep going. Not bad. It's not. Yeah, not for me to be perfect. Nah. So, moving on to you. Can you share a recent project or collaboration that you're particularly proud of and what made it special?
A project. Well, it's not necessarily a project.
Okay.
That was me fulfilling my queen duties.
Okay.
I had to like do interviews with former Miss Phosphorus title holders, and that is. I feel like I'm very proud of that, and it's so special and close to my heart because I was conducting all of these and I got to know some title holders like on a personal level, like, you know, because it's not enough to what I see, like what I saw when you were performing, that was not enough. Like, I had a chance to know their goals and, you know, their future plans when it comes to pageantry. So I hold that very close to my heart, and I'm proud to be the one who conducted all of those interviews.
Great. Yeah, that's great. So when you entered is it Miss Foslo exclusive? So how did you go about that journey? Like, what made you wake up and suddenly and be like, you know what, I want to enter Miss Foslo, and what impact were you trying to make?
Okay, with the whole Miss Foslo's thing, I've always been into pageant. Like I started doing local pageants when I was like 8, and then I stopped because of the whole coronavirus thing.
But that didn't stop you, which is interesting. Okay.
No, but and I didn't know about this pageant, so I only got to know about it, I think last year I knew about it, and then I decided to give it a go because it's been so long since I did pageantry, and I was like, you know what, let me just go back. And this time I believe like I'm a bit grown, so I wanted to see like, could I handle myself like being into pageantry as a young adult, and look how it turned out.
So guys, do you guys feel like pageantry is now a trend?
A trend?
Yeah. Don't you feel like now all of us, everyone is suddenly going into pageantry? Do you feel like it's genuine, or people are just doing it out of, okay, I just want to wear that crown?
I feel like people, they see the glitz and the glamour, and they are like, oh, maybe if I give it a shot, I'm gonna win that. And pageantry is so much more than that. Like along the way, your how smart you are, your intelligence is gonna be put to the test, and people are just not ready for that, or they don't know about that, and they're like, you know what, I'm quitting. I'm just So if you're not passionate about it, best believe it's not gonna work out. I'm sorry.
So for me, I wouldn't say it's a trend, but I'd say more people are influenced to get into pageantry. Okay. And how they influence, it's through the glitz and the glam. Yeah. But when they get in, that's where they see that it's actually quite more than the glitz and the glam. Yeah. But I'd say it's just not a trend, but more people are being influenced because we have social media like this, actually. Like this, whereby you get in looks, like you get to see the experience, the journeys, and then you're like, this is actually a good platform. Let me just go for it. Yeah.
For you? Trend. Some other people do it because they want attention. Like they want to be called the queen, and their duties. No, there's nothing
that they do after that. Yeah. Also, I feel like you're right about social media. Maybe they're getting impacted, but I also feel like it's a trend now. Because not only is it a trend, but people are doing it. So there's this other person that I know. I'm not going to be calling out names.
No, it's fine. No, we don't want to be doing that.
So that person joined pageantry because she saw somebody else or a friend joining, and she felt like, you know what, why not try it out because my friend is doing it? So I feel like people are not passionate about what they're doing. They're just doing it because other people are doing it. So they're not doing it out of passion. They're not doing it out of intention. They're not doing it out of making a difference in other people's lives, and probably even on their own. They're just doing it because, oh, she's doing it, I can do it too. Why does she think I can't?
Yeah, I feel like with that one, majority, I could be wrong, but I feel like majority of us actually got into pageantry that way. Like for example, me, all I saw with pageantry was the glitz, the glam, and it's just like, okay, let's see. I didn't know about the depth of it. So it's when I was inside that I was able to actually experience and see the depth of it. So I don't see it
as a trend.
It could be a trend. I mean, we live different lives and we have different perspectives, so it could be a trend, but
positive impact. So with that, I just want to teach as many people as I can about pageantry, like the depth of it. People, I feel like people have already made up their mind about what pageantry is, and it's so much more than what people see. So that is what I'm personally aiming.
And that is important to add on to that. Like it's important for platforms like this, whereby they're actually able to see not the finale day, just not the glitz and the glam, but to see that we're actually people, and the hard work and efforts that is put in leading up to that day is so much more. Like just imagine, I'm sure everyone can resonate, or like they know the feeling of being in front of people and speaking, let alone walking in heels, guys, and spinning 100 times and spinning 100 times. And then like for example, I joined a pageant actually earlier this year, which was Miss UJ APK, and in that pageant they asked me such a very simple question, which was, tell us about yourself. And I found that I'm not the only one who just freezes when we're asked such questions.
Yes.
But like that's when I saw what's actually this is real, guys. It's a very good platform whereby you're actually searching into yourself, seeing who you are as a person, and you have to actually question yourself, and it's a good platform. This is also used in the workspace. Educationally, like it's a very good platform, guys. If you want to join pageants, join them now.
Definitely. What inspired you to join Miss Foslola's exclusive? It was 2023.
Yeah.
And Miss Villalisa pageants, and how did it feel winning both titles?
I've joined Miss Foslo last year and Miss Villalisa this year. What inspired me is I just love helping people, but I can't socialize. So in pageantry, I can do both. I can be able to help people and socialize.
Yeah, true, actually.
Yeah, because you can't social. I wish I was like her for some. Because I always speak, like when I get into a room, it's always like, she's here. And my voice just, really? What? And it's like, girl. So I was just like, girl, why can't you just keep quiet? It's like, you know? But it's just who I am. And I was like, I had to accept that. Because when I get into a room.
Oh, you mean about you?
Yes. I mean, if I get into a room, it's like I know everyone already.
Oh, no.
You get what I'm saying?
Now
Yes.
I understand.
Yes. So when somebody says I'm so shy, I'm like, yo, I can't relate. I wish I was shy. I wish I could. How does it feel being shy? 'Cause I can't relate. I can't relate. So Simpiwe, what advice would you give to someone who wants to enter pageantry or a career in creative arts?
Okay, my advice would be, honestly, just do it. This is a big platform. As Mulatelo said, you know, if you want to help people, you get to do that. And if you're genuinely like, you know, interested in pageantry, you also like get to do what you love. So you are killing two birds with one stone. Like, I feel like pageantry involved with social media, that is such a huge platform. So honestly, do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Do it, girl. I'm not even gonna say a lot.
And then, right? You mentioned being placed in top 10 at the Miss Face Off Style and Image.
Correct.
What did you learn from that experience, and how did it shape your approach to future competitions?
So what I learned, like, it was actually very surprising. That was my first pageant, you know. I wasn't as prepared, and I was shocked at how much like the sisterhood, like there, everyone was kind, everyone was pushing us at backstage. We were all preparing together, you know. If you need something, if you need me to tie something for you, and that was like something I learned, that there's actually sisterhood, guys. And another thing, humility. That's what I learned from that it's important to be humble in every spaces, because we do not come from the same backgrounds as Fani, and that is what I got. Can you please repeat the second question to that?
It's how did it shape your approach to future competition?
Okay, so with that, like it was not as scary anymore, because initially I thought pageantry, it's this pressurizing thing, you know. I have to be perfect, I have to do everything straight, like as you mentioned before, that you're a perfectionist, like same thing. I want to be perfect, like okay, I used to actually, past tense, I used to want to be perfect, everything perfect, but I learned that actually some things you have absolutely no control over. And it's okay, like it's okay, I'm human, as long as you learn from those mistakes and improve from that.
I'm learning something, guys. Because oh my god, I'm such a perfectionist. Like if I see my crown tilted on the camera, I'm like, I'm not posting that. That is bad. I don't like
the trip.
When I go to the mirror, I'm like, what did you just do? You know? So I feel like not only is it impacting me in a bad way, but it's helping me to also just pay attention, you know, pay attention and always improve on the little things that I notice. You get what I'm saying? So it does impact me in a good way, though. It's not always like, no.
Same, like it's still the same thing. That's why I'm just like, if you make those mistakes, it's very important to learn from them and make sure that you're intentional about learning from them. And that's what I learned from that, to always be intentional. And if I make a mistake, it's okay. It's not the end of the world.
You mentioned wanting to use your platform to advocate for young people to pursue their dreams with confidence and determination. Can you share a personal experience that sparked this passion, and how do you plan to make a positive impact?
Well, as I said before, I'm a very shy person. I always wanted to help, even if like I want to help you, but I can't socialize. So I'll just look at you and be like, I'll practice 10 times before I come to you. But
really?
I practice to you what I'll do. So in pageantry, I was able to socialize, be like just do it. Don't practice, because once you practice, you'll stuck. So just do it. I want to pursue, I want to use the title to help others and make sure that I want to just help people be free. True. I just want people to be free.
Can I just add on to that? Like, I'd like to just touch a bit on my journey. So in the beginning, that's why I'm like, this whole journey is all about building yourself.
Yeah.
In the beginning, what I do, like the practicing, that was actually me. I used to write everything down and practice. But when I get to like being with people, of course, you won't say everything exactly the same. Goes back to perfectionism. And then you just stumble. If there are something different, you just stumble. You think about other things, and the practicing make me realize that actually, guys, like, you don't need to be perfect. Again, going back to that, like, you just need to be yourself everywhere you go, and just go with the flow, guys. Just be yourself.
Definitely. Has to go with the flow. Hey guys,
go with the flow, because nothing will go as planned.
But me personally, I feel like practice is key. Like if I don't practice, I feel like that's where I kind of lack, you know. Hence, in everything, I want to be like, okay, I have to practice before I do it, you know, so that I know, okay, I'm familiar with what I will have to do. Because if I don't, I just freestyle there. It's like, yo, my sister.
No, not in that sense. Like,
now think about maybe like stage presence wise.
No, I understand that one, but you have to prepare. Like with everything, even including this, you have to prepare. But whatever you practiced, when you get there, you won't say it exactly the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, you won't say it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Okay, so Simpiwe, moving on to you again. As someone who wants to teach others about pageantry, what do you think is the biggest misconception about pageants, and how do you plan to address it?
Okay, I think the biggest misconception, going back to what I said earlier before, is that people don't know the depth of pageantry. Like, they just think it's the heels, the dresses, crowns, and sashes, and it's not that. There are advocacies. You know, we want to know more than Umesin provincial. Like, we want to know your advocacy and how are you willing to go about that, and the impact that you are coming with, or the impact that you gonna do. So that is what I think is the biggest misconception when it comes to pageantry. And honestly, as I've said, social media is a big platform, so I believe that I can, you know, spread the word and let the people, you know through social media that pageantry is so much more than it's more than what meets the eye. And if you guys follow like socials and everything, you will know that what I'm saying is true.
So, okay, this question for all of you: do you think social media is bad or good?
It has
both
advantages and disadvantages.
So what are the disadvantages?
The disadvantages of social media, like, okay, people get, I don't know, with me, I feel like other people try to live up to, like, they try to, like, the things they see on social media, in a way, you end up trying to live that life that you see another person living on social media, forgetting that you are not that person. You end up living this fake life. You are leading this not so perfect life that you are showing us on social media. That is I don't think I have to touch too much on that, but that is a disadvantage. Like, you have no business showing us the fake life on social media, honestly.
Yeah, so for me, like her, it's both. There's positive and there's negative. Adding on to her, so people, like, as much as people try and show their lives on social media, it's not everything. Like, I'm sure, as you said, like, you wouldn't want to show the worst parts on social media. It's always the glitter, the glam, like, just looking very nice, going to the restaurants, you know, girly things. But yeah, so people tend to try and meet the societal standards, as she said. So that's the negative part, that we're not really getting to the real stuff. And
I'm sorry, did I cut you? I'm so sorry. With the whole aesthetics thing, girls are trying so hard to fit into certain aesthetics. Sometimes it's okay not to be a clean girl.
Okay, soft girl.
Yeah, you know, trying too hard to live that life, and it's like, girl, please.
But I feel like it's your own definition of soft girl. If this is your soft girl, I mean, that's soft.
People with the whole Hailey Bieber girls, like everybody's trying to have slick hair, you know, clear skin, this and that, and it's like, don't pressure yourself.
But I feel like if your definition of soft girl is who you are right now, that is your definition. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone. Yes, my aesthetic is pink.
It's pink. Okay, but I mean, pink.
I'm not trying to fit but like I just saw myself and I was like, pink just suits you. You know, why not carry on and live up to that? So that's just me. It's just my personality. I feel like it just, because it pops out, right? And that's me. Like, you get what I'm saying? When I get into a room, it's like, yeah, she's here.
No one can miss you, really.
Exactly.
So no, wait, sorry guys. Okay. I still have the positive part. That was just the negative part.
Oh, okay.
There is literally a lot of positive that comes from social media. Like, it's a platform whereby, again, we're able to speak, there's information, and that is the very positive part of social media.
True, definitely.
I think they've covered everything, but I'll add on positive part. Social media, it can be used in a good manner. Like, you're able to express yourself there. Just like a person who's like me, very shy, I'm able to express myself through social media.
Yeah, also same with me. Like, I've always loved being in front of the camera, but I've always been scared. Okay, when I get in front of the camera, what can I say? Or what if I say this and people actually don't like it? You know? They don't agree with it and it's like, what is she saying? You know? So when I entered Miss Teen Provincial, I started my mental health live, where I would invite like pageant girlies, but not just pageant girlies, but people who have had like experiences with their mental health, right? To share their stories as well, because I felt like growing up, I've never been able to express myself fully. I've never had somebody that I can confide in and be like, okay, you know what, today I'm not feeling a certain way, and today is how I'm feeling. I feel like I had to go through that journey of discovering myself alone. So I felt like there are people who probably are feeling the same way as I am, and I know how it feels, you know, from a very young age. I think I was still in grade 3. Imagine going through, you know, depression, and you don't even know what depression is. You know, nobody is there to tell you, okay, it's okay to feel like this. It's okay to go through it like this. Just talk to me, you know. So creating mental health lives, it helped a lot of people, you know, because a lot of people would just DM me and tell me, you helped me with this conversation today. Like, you know, and you know, hence I came here as a co-host, because I was like, you know what, I just want to tackle all things mental health and what goes through, like, you as a human being, like, what do you go through as a person. So I also feel like, yeah, it really helped me, and it helped other people to also discover themselves, like, realize your why, you know. Yeah, find your why. So, okay, let's come up to the last question of the day.
Really, guys?
I'll say emotional. So, okay, what are your goals for the future, both within and beyond pageantry? Let's start. We've been starting here. Latelo.
My goals for the future. I want to enter Miss South Africa.
Let's go, Miss SA in the making.
I want to enter Miss South Africa. And what was the next question?
Okay, what are your goals for the future, both within and beyond pageantry?
Okay. I want to enter Miss South Africa, and also I want to grow my relationship with God. Definitely. I want to grow it. Like, I want to actually grow it, not idolize other things. Just Him.
Amen to that.
Yes.
Moving on to you, Liana.
My goals. Hey guys, there's too many, but I'd just say within pageantry is to use this platform for the greater purpose, you know, like being here today for me, this is actually a big thing, because my plan is to use my voice, as I believe that is my passion. This is part of the purpose why I'm here. It's through speaking and just using my voice. So it's to be impactful, very impactful, like tackle the mind of people, like our youth, for them to do better for themselves. I actually live by the quote that your past or background is not a reflection of who you are or who you can become. So I'd just like to say to everyone who's viewing here, if you're in a place that you're not, like you do not want to be in, you do have the power. The power is within you, and you have, like, you can make the right choices, which can take you very far. We live in a society right now where there's so many opportunities. There's so many opportunities, guys, and you can do that. And then outside of pageantry, I am an academic girly, like academic excellence, distinctions, everything. So you're speaking right now, but like we'll see where the journey leads. But you're speaking to a future chartered accountant. Yes, and I actually dive into a lot of things. I'm very diverse, so there's also poetry, there's also singing in the mix.
Give us something.
My sister, not today. Not today, but yeah. That is the main goals.
Okay, so with me, within pageantry, touching up on what they both said, I want to use my voice because my advocacy is, mental health awareness. I also would like to bring, awareness on mental health, and I just want people to know more and take care of themselves better, And outside pageantry, I am a media type of girl. I love media. I love the entertainment space, and I'm just hoping to, work on that and just see where it honestly takes me.
Guys, you guys are powerhouses, please. What you mean? Like, we're speaking to our future content creators. I mean, we speak about... You understand, Miss Essays, chartered accountants. I mean, what you mean? Like, here we have... Guys, you guys better stick with these people. I better stick with them because... You know what I mean? So, guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you guys for taking your time and being here and sharing your story. We are really... grateful for that, for you guys to travel all the way to come here and speak about your journey. We really do appreciate that. Word of the day, be intentional with each and every single thing that you do. Give it your all. You are more than capable.
And don't let the fear control you.
Period.
Do not let the fear, like you have, as I said before, you have the power within you. Just do it. And what goes, guys.
Period. From us to you. Mwah.